All right, folks, let's talk about the LA Knight situation because there's a lot to unpack here. This is going to be the video that you need to save, that you come back to about 6 months from now and either type in the comments, "I told you so, you're an idiot, Santi," or "Santi was right." It's going to be one or the two. But right now, the hoopla with the WWE universe is that they've buried LA Knight, that LA Knight should have won Money in the Bank, that it was Vince McMahon booking to give the briefcase to Damian Priest. I'm here to tell you that we are overreacting. We need to calm down. We need to let things play out. Let me explain to you why this is not a Zack Ryder 2011 situation. Let's talk about it. Before we talk about LA Knight, let's talk about Damian Priest because he's the other piece of this equation, and a lot of people are saying that he should not have won Money in the Bank. I'm here to tell you that even though I picked LA Knight to win Money in the Bank, even though I wanted LA Knight to win Money in the Bank, Damian Priest is an excellent option and probably the correct option to win Money in the Bank. Priest has been on the main roster now for years, doing the job in the mid-card, doing the work to get to the main event. He has put in the time, sweat, tears, and effort to get to where he is. I've argued numerous times that out of anybody in the WWE roster, there's nobody who has had a bigger rise to stardom than Damian Priest. And it was really crescendoed by his work at Backlash with Bad Bunny. So him being given Money in the Bank briefcase is something that does make sense. It's something that's been built up to, and it's not something that we need to tear down simply because it wasn't the guy that we wanted. There are already great storylines in place for this Money in the Bank briefcase run for Damian Priest to be a lot of fun, and I do believe now, after seeing everything, all the discourse online, that he is the right choice to carry the Money in the Bank briefcase, but this opens up a lot of great possibilities for LA Knight. Now let's talk about LA Knight and let's talk about this narrative that he's being buried. A lot of people are comparing this situation to Zack Ryder in 2011, Daniel Bryan in early 2013, Dolph Ziggler his entire career, or Rusev during his Rusev Day run. But the WWE that we have today is entirely different than the WWE that we had back then. Obviously, one of the biggest glaring differences is that it's not Vince McMahon that is in charge. I know that there's a lot of rumblings that he's getting his fingers here or there, but true and true, we have seen that the last 12 months, this has been a Triple H run company, and it's the best that the WWE has been probably since the Attitude Era. And it's not just about who's in charge of the WWE, because another thing has changed tremendously, and it's how the WWE tries to control narrative and information. In 2011, you were not allowed to get over by yourself organically outside of WWE channels. It was just absolutely a no-no. And that's what Zack Ryder did on his YouTube platform, on his Twitter. He got himself over by himself without the help of the WWE machine to do so. And at the time, we truly believed that Zack Ryder should have been pushed to the moon because he was so in touch with what the crowd wanted, and they gave us some scraps here or there. They gave him a 1-month US title run only for him to drop it and then have his girlfriend be making out with John Cena, and then they gave him an Intercontinental title run only for it to lose out like 1 day later. So they've never really pulled the trigger with Zack Ryder, even though that's what the fans wanted. But the WWE back then was an absolute control freak, to the point where they tried to even create their own social media platform so that they could control the narrative of the WWE superstars outside of the ring as well. I don't know how many of you folks remember Tout, that competitor to Vine or Twitter that was actually owned by the WWE. For a really long time, that was the only social media platform that WWE superstars were allowed to use and promote. Even the WWE YouTube comment section was turned off because the WWE wanted to 100% control the narrative, even the narrative of the fans. So when somebody like Zack Ryder would organically get over without the help of the machine internally, it was not okay. And basically that's sort of the case with a lot of these guys that came through and got over organically with the fans, but were not in the plans of WWE creative. But let's fast forward to today's WWE, and it is entirely different. WWE superstars are everywhere. They're on TikTok, they're on Twitch, they're on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. The WWE is letting WWE superstars organically get over on whatever means they have to be able to do so. And they even celebrate those endeavors by celebrating Up, Up, Down, Down, reaching 1 million subscribers. They celebrated Rhea Ripley recently becoming the most followed WWE superstar on TikTok. So these are things that the WWE acknowledges now. And we even got a glimpse of the WWE recognizing that they had tried to control the narrative of the fans by telling them who they need to like, who they need to boo, who they need to cheer for, and who they need to hate. John Cena talked about how the WWE doesn't like to go to places like London for major shows because they can't control the narrative of the fans. The fans will boo who they want and cheer who they want, not boo and cheer who the WWE writing staff and the WWE machine wants them to. And that historically was a problem for them. But now the fact that they are acknowledging this flaw tells me that the WWE is conscious and recognizes that they need to press where it hurts. And when the fans want something, they're going to deliver it. So let's talk about LA Knight and why I believe that we witness his rise to stardom at Money in the Bank. It's not even just in London, but I think we can all say that at this point, even though he's a heel, LA Knight is the most over babyface in the company. So I'm calling it now. They're turning LA Knight face without a single shadow of a doubt because the fans want to cheer him. And it's also very clear to me that they're setting him up to be in major feuds, his next one being against Logan Paul. Some of you might be thinking that is a downgrade. That is the best thing that could possibly happen to LA Knight's career. Ask Damian Priest, who just feuded with Bad Bunny and is now holding the Money in the Bank briefcase and feuding for the world title. You only get put in these positions in the WWE if they see high stock and high value and money in you. And if they're gonna put him against Logan Paul, it's because they see all of those things. And that means they're hearing the crowd reactions. And even though they didn't pull the trigger on Money in the Bank, it doesn't mean we're not gonna get what we want. In fact, during the press conference afterwards, when Triple H was asked, why didn't LA Knight win Money in the Bank? He said, good things come to those that wait. And I do believe that great things are coming for LA Knight. It's just a matter of time. We just need to sit back, be patient, and let Triple H do what he's been doing, and that is delivering on fan expectations. Some of you might be throwing tomatoes at the screen saying, what do you mean delivering on fan expectations? Look at Cody Rhodes not winning. Look at Sami Zayn not winning. Those ultimately ended up being the correct choice. If Cody Rhodes had won, we wouldn't have had the continuation of the greatest storyline in WWE history. Triple H has a good brain for this stuff, and we just need to trust him. And as the kids say these days, let the man cook. Because something that Triple H has demonstrated is that he is not one to blow his load early on. He is one to let things simmer, let things settle, and let things come to an absolute boil with fans. Let's look at some of these examples, because one of them is the Judgment Day, who we are now seeing at the very top of the card on just about every episode of Monday Night Raw and on premium live events as well. Before Triple H took over the Judgment Day, they were floundering. They were going nowhere. And it wasn't as if Triple H took over and immediately turned them around. It took a really long time. It took a long time for Triple H to allow Judgment Day to find their real identity, to really find the way in which they connect with fans. And now they have the top heel in the company in Dominic Mysterio, an incredibly charismatic female superstar in Rhea Ripley. They have the most badass version of Finn Balor in recent memory, and now they have a Mr. Money in the Bank. But all of this is because we let Triple H do his thing over a period of time, as opposed to asking for quick gratifications. We let the man cook, and he delivered a feast. Even in the place where people thought that he faltered, which is Damage Control, here we are now, and we are looking at a Miss Money in the Bank being a member of Damage Control, and it's probably going to lead to major storylines between members of Damage Control and Bayley and Io Sky. So Triple H has a knack for this. He is very good at the slow burn. He is not going to give you instant gratification. You think it was an accident? Do you think it was a mistake when LA Knight has the single frame shot of only him and he unhooked the damn thing and he was about to pull the briefcase? That was on purpose. He wanted to give you a little glimpse of what's to come with LA Knight. If they didn't see money or they didn't see a future in LA Knight, they wouldn't have given him that frame of almost instant glorious gratification. They gave us that little frame to give us a hint as to what's to come for LA Knight, and they crushed us and they took it away, and now we want it more. And when he eventually Triple H delivers on this, which hopefully he does, we're gonna blow the goddamn motherfucking roof of whatever stadium we're in. All right, I'll leave it at that. Again, if I end up being wrong, come back in a few months and let me know. But as of right now, I'm just excited to see where LA Knight goes. I'm excited to see where this character of LA Knight goes and what Triple H does with him. Look, I'm just excited to see what they do with LA Knight, and the fact that it's Triple H that has his career right here at the palm of his hands, it makes me excited because most of what we've seen Triple H do is deliver and deliver and deliver on fan expectations, even if it's not immediately, even if it's not right away. Just let the man cook. All right, get out of here.